Hey, brothers and sisters, what's up? This is the Reluctant Nabi, back again. News and views on the news. Another message to preach and teach, and just documenting the goings on in the Afro community to show you how pathetic we are, or it has been for us. Now, before I get started, let me greet everybody real quick. Havort Hardugu Dog Ola Oetu de Bang versus Los. Bonjour mes amis, Kedu Bawini, Konnichiwa, Ni hao ni ama, Sani Bonani, Jambo Habari Gani, Assalamu alaikum and Shalom. Okay, and this is dealing with a segment where no matter what you do in this community, the BAW, her minions, the Simps, Samples, and Sellouts are trying to make sure that would be the Triple S crew, are trying to make sure that you cannot criticize, be critical of, critique, correct, alright, disapprove of, dislike anything, any of the destructive behaviors that the modern BAW in the United States put on display. That anything that they do in public, anything that they do to a man, he's supposed to just allow them to destroy his life, whether it be his limb, whether it be his finances, or whether it be his child. He is not, the Afro man is not allowed to have anything to say about it or to do about it. If you say something about it, oh, they will look for ways to try to destroy you. They will argue you up and down. Oh, and let's make this understood. Even within my neighborhood, I know that I have become that these black women here have become my adversary. Alright? I know that they can't stand me for standing for something. I know, remember, we posted a discussion I had with one. I know that these women, the women that condone this, the women that hate my channel because I point out the truth, the women that try to do spiritual and lying gymnastics to try to turn this kind of ratchet that I'm about to show you, this kind of just destructive, wicked behavior into something else. The women that make excuses for it. Alright? And I'm saying the women that make excuses for it. Because at the end of the day, Black Girls Rock. They created a thing, a show, where a bunch of women who don't appear to be like the old school attractive Afro women that we used to love, but they look like a bunch of Negropeans. Alright, this is what we have. This is what we have. This is what the Afro man is dealing with. Now, we're going to look into this behavior a little deeply than when it appears on the surface. Some of you may have seen this on Facebook. So we're going to just dive right in and talk about it. But I want to point out, and I'll be reading some of the comments, and we're going to look at the comment of the person that posted it, and then we're going to look at it under the context of Black Girl Rock. But first, let's get those thumbs up. Donate to the channel. My PayPal me link will be in the description box. And remember, this isn't just talking about the community like most people are doing that come and hating on a brother for using caps because it's easier to read. Think about it. These dudes that have nothing better to do or no better critique, well, you don't need to put it in all caps. Got this from some ignorant dude on Facebook. Talk about that in a minute. But all these simps are just tired of it. Alright, but let's get into this. When you share, click the bell. When you subscribe, click the bell and share the video. Alright, and remember, before you donate, because remember, we're doing a lot in the community. Y'all know who we're giving to. And for those of you that don't know what this channel is really about and what we do with the donations and why I do this channel, just put in Reluctant Nobby, click Brazil Favela. I do a lot of stuff in the community here too, but you can get a wind of that because well, let's just say some of the children come by. Alright, so let's get it kicking. First of all, I would like to start off with this. And I'm going to just give credit, right? This was a comment by Tamisha Hughes. Alright, and it was a post by Tamisha Hughes. She says, a lot of y'all see a crazy black girl going off, but I see a girl who is broken. If you knew Marina, you knew how sweet. She's goofy. She's our average girl. Alright, now understand these tag terms. Goofy, average girl. This is the same MO that they use for Caucasian men just after they took the lives of Afro people. In other words, they murdered a bunch of Afro people, and then the state and prosecutors get up and say, well, you got to understand, he was an all-American boy. Well, this is the same BS. Alright, so how do we get mad when they do it to us? Because we turn around and watch the BAWs do it to another BAW. Now, the brothers, thank goodness, when we see somebody simping, we call it out. I'm not saying that the simps call it out, the brothers call it out. The simps make the same dang excuses as the BAWs. You ever once think what pushed her to the edge? And we know what pushed her to the edge. We'll get into that in a minute. What caused her to go off? Everybody don't deal with situations the same. Just because you would have handled this better don't mean everybody else would too. And we're saying exactly that. Almost everybody else handles this situation better. And when you look at this, you see this kind of rage from entitled groups. That would be the Caucasian males, usually the younger ones, and the black woman. Alright, you see this kind of stuff from Caucasian males and the black woman. Or any minions that she raises that follows her. She goes, Mariana, I'm praying for you every day, right? I know you'll pull through, just like you said. God has plans, and he'll fix what needs to be healed. Wrong, wrong, wrong. This is why a lot of BAWs are so wicked. Think about this. They always say God has plans. They always default back to God. And the problem with them in their wicked little heads is God will have nothing to do with them. It's judgment time. Why? Because every step of the way, the Most High told them to pick a good man. Nope, they didn't. They told them to act right. Nope, they didn't. They told them that they should have husbands and that the husbands rule over them. They said, F that. We got black women's rock. Alright? So, they want to reject God. They want to reject the good men. But then they want God and the good men to always come to their aid. Love you, sis. All right. Now let's take a look at what's going on. All right. So what happens is, watch this. She picked up something out of the thing and started busting in the window of the bus. All right. So this girl goes on to say, let me make this clear. Now look at this. I did not make this post to justify her actions. That's exactly why she made this post. To justify her actions and to tell her that she's praying for her and try to convince us that she's just broken because some stuff happened. Something pushed her over the edge. Alright, so she is willing to just assault a Caucasian man. You know, her daddy. Okay, and a woman tells the bus driver that he needs to do something. Alright, he needs to do something. Alright, now the Caucasian, you see the Afro man here in the picture, or the black man. That's her boo. That's her boo. He can't control her or stop her. Nobody can. Alright, now she continues to just assault the Caucasian man again with her vehicle. Alright, now again, now some of the old Caucasian men feel just as entitled as the young ones, right? Apparently she hit his car. She hit his car, and she is just going to drive. Alright, now fret not for the Caucasian man, cause he's okay. And his thing is, he did not want her to get away with what she did. So she took out a car, she took out a bus, and this woman, Tamisha Hughes, definitely made an excuse for her. Alright, she said, I made this post to shed light on it differently. Look at it from her point of view. She has no point of view. This is a wicked woman that decided to take things into her own hands and think to do violence to where nobody could to stop them. Now, we're not just the white man's, you too quick to judge a person. You don't know the mental illness. No, we're saying that hold on. Mental illness are real, but the black community gets called crazy for lashing out. Right, because this is wickedness. And the reason why this is happening the way it is, because these are the same BAWs that said we don't need good men. All we need to do is the dude that's going to come by and tap it, right? We don't need husbands. Everything that the Most High told these women to do, they rejected. And instead, they come up with these little organizations called Black Girls Rock. But I want to show you something here. Look at the lady in the blue. Now, look at her on a close-up. Now, look at her eyes. Notice that her eyes are no longer white. What in the heck kind of life are you living? Look at the other woman's eyes. Look at how white her eyes are. Now, look at the one in the blue. Look at how jaundiced her eyes are. Brown. Her eyes are almost the color of her skin. Alright, and she want to throw up the Black Power symbol. You got to ask yourself, what in the world is she doing to her body when her eyes are destroyed? Drinking is one of the things that turns your eyes brown. Alright, what happens is you keep lysing blood vessels and stuff because of the alcohol that's reaching your eyes or the drugs or whatever else you're doing, to the point that there's no return to white and they just remain stained brown. Like people that smoke a lot or do snuff, how their teeth are stained as a result of their bad habits. Right? But these are the same women that said that, oh, we need to pray for her. God will just be just around the corner. No, these black women, the black American woman has rejected our spirituality. They have accepted the Caucasian and his white Jesus and religion. And then they accepted their feminism, and then they went and murdered our children. They did all manner of evil against the community and the Afro man. But they think they still have some black power. But they don't have any power. The only power they really had was the destructive power that the Caucasian gave them. Now, they summarily destroyed the community, and they are hitting that wall, and the Most High is judging them for it. The Most High is judging them for it. But they don't want to face the fact that they're being judged. They're crying mental illness, right? Now, here is some of the comments. I doubt she's reacting off her personal situation. Simple road rage, that's a man. Nicholas, Tamika, right? Internal struggle and pain. Alright, see, here's the thing. It's like the black women don't get it. When you reject God, when you reject the Most High, and you reject the Afro man, but not only do you do that, and then you commit all manner of evil against your man, child support court, false allegation, Me Too. Every time somebody would come up with a way to destroy the good Afro man, you jump on the bandwagon. You don't march for when a good Afro man does something and rolls on. No, you don't. What you do is you support the thugs. You make programs for the people in the drug in jail. You made excuses for the drug dealers. Everything but the good man. Hold on. Hey, sorry about that. So as we get to this, right, and we looked at some of these comments, all these people are making excuses. Mental health. Why would the Caucasian guy try to block her? Well, because she just hit his car. Alright, and when I look at this, why would somebody block her? Mental health. It's all the women, black women, mental health. Tamika, China. Alright, when you come to men making a comment, Nisi, and there was one woman at the end that says, why is all these women making excuses? One woman at the end, Nisi Lissa Jones, prayers going up. Okay? Prayers going up. She got a like from Ashley Akenshaw. If somebody hit my car, I act like they wasn't wrong. I'll flip out too. But here's the thing, she hit the other people's car. And the other people didn't want her to get away because she hit their car. Then she destroyed a bus. Okay, so this Attikish, right? She thought that was okay. You know, because if somebody did it to her. Alright, and this shows you the wickedness of this. But who are the role models that told these women they should be acting like this? Oh yeah. These women. And it's very difficult to call these Negropean Afro women because they want to be Negropean. This is a whole new group of women. They're not white women. They're not what used to be called black women, even though black is just a derogatory term. But they're definitely not Afro women. They're something else. They only lovers of themselves, right? But these are the role models, right? So you got Jaleel said, wait, she's not crazy? Being facetious. Alright, and so you got a lot of women on here that's making straight up excuses, talking about and you got men saying there's a lot wrong in this video. Alright. And you got these women like Keisha saying they're making excuses. And then you got one that made some common sense. Y'all know she didn't get into an accident with an actual bus, right? So she's allowed, according to most of these women, she's allowed to go jack up the bus, bust out the window. She hit somebody else's car, and she mad because the Caucasian guy wouldn't let her just drive off, which is hitting his car. Alright, you got Nunu that says, man, I would have did the same SH too. They don't even know that she's the one that hit the car first. So she gets to be mad, and you got a lot of these women saying that they will do the same thing. Alright. This is ridiculous. Right? This is ridiculous. It is also sad. It is also why, in my final thoughts for the vinyl thoughts, that these black women can keep hitting that wall of justice. And that's what's happening. It's just that we don't see it. The brothers ain't seeing it, but that wall is hitting them early. They've been making bad choices after bad choices after bad choices. Right? And now they see that they have nothing to show for their bad choices. People have been trying to tell them from the beginning, look, you got to watch yourself. Right? But they refuse to. We tell them, oh, it's get a good man. Oh, good man is a lame. I want them thugs. I just want somebody to come up at night and do this. Wait a minute. I don't have nothing to show for it but these children. Nobody to help with the rent. I can't retire. This, that, and the other. Nobody loves me. And they don't. And that's the truth. And you know why the Afro man that don't love you? Because the ones that would have, you rejected. The ones that were never going to, that just wanted to hit, but they had swag, which nobody can define, you took it. But we do know this about swag. It is usually followed by non-spiritual, alright, non-caring about the plight of the Afro woman. Period. But nope, you wanted to be a black woman. You wanted to be Black Girls Rock. You wanted to make excuses for all your evil. Alright? Oh, she's going to have jail time. Believe that. But at the end of the day, no one should feel sorry for her. God is not going to come down and work for her. It's because everything that the Most High told you Afro women and black women to do, be a wife to a husband. Alright? All of the commandments. Y'all said F that. You said F God, and you said F a good man. Why you got F'd by the thugs and the sellouts and Pookies and Ray Rays and Pimp Daddy Mike. Yep. That wall is kind of hurting now, cause see, we were thinking, oh, they're gonna hit that physical wall, you know, the kind that start getting closer at 30, then you run smack into it around 40. No, there's a whole bunch of walls that the black women are hitting, and their mind and their spirit is starting to become boxed in, because every time men tried to tell them what's going on, they refused to listen. Not only did they refuse to listen, but then they tried to destroy the man that tried to tell them. Alright? And now they got hell to pay. With that said, I'm out.